Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal. I am back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some Generation Selects that have been revealed, and there has been a lot of leaks for some new Kingdom toys that are coming in the future, and they look pretty good. So I'm going to be talking about quite a bit of it, so sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon, becoming a channel member, or purchasing some merch on my Teespring store today. Okay, so my first bit of Transformers news that I want to talk to you guys about does have to do with a G1 reissue, and that is Blaster. G1 Blaster is starting to hit toy shelves. People are starting to find him. A friend of mine actually shared a picture that he found it in Florida, and TFW 2005 is also reporting that somebody found it in Scottsdale Walmart in Arizona, and he's only listed for $29.84. So $30 for Blaster. He is a pretty large figure because he turns into Ghetto Blaster, and it is, he is one of the Autobots that I wish was shown a lot more. His character in the G1 cartoon was very memorable, and he is a rival to Soundwave, so it is definitely worth it for G1 fans. And speaking of a rivalry between Blaster and Soundwave, we now have some in-hand images of the Netflix Soundwave. Basically, he is a retool of the Siege toy, and he looks phenomenal. I want this toy. I have been wanting this version of Soundwave like forever. Ever since they started the whole Classics line, they never seem to have been able to get Soundwave to scale with the other toys. I mean, I purchased the Bumblebee movie Target exclusive Soundwave, which is a retool of the Titan's Return, which means he's a headmaster, but he's huge. And this one is going to be Voyager class size, and he comes with Soundwave, and he comes with Laserbeak and Ravage with retooled heads. And it looks like the person probably was on the train when he had acquired the toy, but he looks awesome, and I want this toy because I've been wanting a Soundwave. The problem is that he's a Walmart exclusive, and as a Walmart exclusive, it's like pulling teeth to try and be able to get your hands on it. And I'm hoping that there's going to be enough of this Soundwave toy to go around because, this is the Soundwave toy that fans have been wanting. The only thing I wish personally, and this is just my own personal thing, I like the red eyes. I like, for Decepticons and blue eyes for Autobots. So I would prefer that Soundwave had red eyes, but I understand they're going for the toy accurate thing. So yellow eyes, it's fine. I'll probably end up getting the Toy Hacks label and, putting a red label on the eyes. At least I hope that Toy Hacks does that and gives us the full red eye for Soundwave. But he looks great. And this next release from Generation Selects is going to be Black Arachnia, or I'm mispronouncing that, I'm butchering the name, but this is a recolor of Fast Track. If you end up getting the Earthrise Fast Track, he's supposed to go with Scorponok. And in Japan, they had recolored and remolded the head for Scorponok in G1 as Mega Zarax, or Black Scorponok. And it was basically a black recolor with a red head. And the car was, recolored as well. But the big reason why you'd want to get this is because he also has a spear mode. So, transforming into a spear, and that is the reason why you'd want to get this for either Scorponok or for Black Zarak. In addition to the fact that he also transforms into this roller car. And I know some people are actually saying, why don't they recolor this toy as well as G1 Roller? And that would make a lot of sense, especially for Optimus Prime. And I just recently got Earthrise Prime finally. The thing is that, he doesn't come with Roller. And unless you can get the third-party kit, which is sold out right now and back-ordered, then you're going to be stuck without a roller. So this toy does look great, and I do think he works well as another weaponizer. Obviously he breaks apart into a bunch of pieces, and that is something really neat. So, but again, he is a Generation Selects toy, and I think it's worth it for those fans who want something to go along with the rest of their Master Force collection. And the next 2-pack that we end up finding out, in addition to Ironhide and Prowl coming in one 2-pack, we also have Ratchet and Lifeline. Now, if you're not familiar with the character of Lifeline, in the 3rd season episode, Fight or Flee, Cyclonus and Scourge land on the planet Paradron, in which a population of Autobots who didn't want to be involved in war, and it was full of Energon, is also where G1 Sandstorm came from, where the planet Paradron comes from, and Lifeline was one of the models that were used as nurse bots to help Cyclonus and Scourge recover, because they didn't know that the Decepticons were actually going to end up being evil. So one of the female robots in there was a recolor of RC in this lime green or like lilac green, and I think she looks fantastic personally. Ratchet, on the other hand, I am very glad that they are giving us Ratchet. Very glad. However, I wish that he was more cartoon accurate. Now, I have here my Siege Ratchet, which I ended up getting from Walgreens, and the thing is that I customized him, so he has a cartoon accurate hands and he has cartoon accurate waist. Here I wanted to have a G1 cartoon accurate Earth mode Ratchet, and it looks like we're not getting that out of this, so it's kind of like I'm like at a crossroads there. And I also was thinking about whether or not I wanted to get the Earthrise RC mold, because again, I do have Takara Legends RC, but she's but I do want to get Lifeline, because getting your hands on the recolor of this as the Paradron medic is gonna cost you a pretty penny. So this is actually worth it to a lot of people who want Ratchet. And also, from what I've been told, a lot of people were not able to get their hands on Ratchet from Walgreens because Walgreens just didn't stock it well. If you went online, it sold out like immediately, and that was the thing. I actually ordered Ratchet as soon as he was available, on Walgreens. It was like last year around this time that I ended up getting him, and I think it was around this time. I think it was around December, or it could have been November. I don't remember exactly when, but then I ended up customizing him, and now I'm like, all right, so now you're releasing an Earth mode, and the Earth mode is not cartoon accurate, so what I wanted out of this toy, you're not giving me out of this. And I'm like, I wish. It's kind of like where I'm not too happy about the color scheme, especially the gray legs and the gray fists, as well as the gray tires. The vehicle modes, on the other hand, they look great. I know some people don't care for the feet. I wonder how many people are going to end up coming up with some 3D prints or some things of that nature, like upgrade kits that give us a proper back to the van, because it's the same exact feet here that are hollow on the back, and so they don't look great in vehicle mode. And those also, I know some people were making mention of the fact that the top part here is parts forming. Well, the original G1 toy was headless, which you would know if you watched my video, and came apart into two pieces because it was like a battle sled. Well, instead here you have an armored shield. But the other thing with Ratchet in particular is that he's a medic, and so he probably could use it as like, okay, here they're using it like a knee rest for him, but you could use it like a stretcher if you really thought about it. Like make some useful things out of this for Ratchet. And this is actually a pretty good shot. I believe this is the other Generation Selects a weaponizer that they used for the image here, because he's missing a leg, and so Ratchet's got to patch him up, and it's pretty cool. I'm actually excited for this one in particular. I hope that more people are able to get their hands on it. But I wonder if they're going to do a standard release for Ratchet that's going to be a little bit more cartoon accurate. The other thing to take note of is with this particular 2-pack is that they are calling this the Paradron Medics. They are calling this the Galactic Odyssey Collection. And if you see this map here, they have Micron, Dominus, Botropolis, Biosphera, and Paradron. Now, Paradron, we know what planet that is, so that means that we know that 1, 2, 3, 4 more sets for this Galactic Odyssey collection are coming. And the reason why they're probably doing this is because Earthrise is a full toy line. They don't have as much space in the toy line to be able to get everything. And so they're trying to get us characters that they know that people wanted, that they don't have a place for. So they're going to have to put them in 2-packs, and they're going to end up doing them as recolors as existing toys. This is a good thing, and this is a bad thing. I wonder about the Micron set, particularly because they're probably going to recolor a lot of the Micromasters into the other colors for, or at least the other Micromasters that didn't get released, and they're probably going to give us like a 10-pack or something like that. That's my best guess out of that one. And the other ones, I honestly don't know. I don't know. Maybe Dominus might be Decepticons, and same thing with Biosphera. You know, we could see some like, you know, G1 recolors or some different recolors for characters that we weren't expecting. One that I do want to see in particular is I want to see the smokescreen, you know, the Earthrise smokescreen recolored as Barricade. Even though I know that some people probably want to see the G1 Barricade where he was a race car, I do want to also see smokescreen, you know, get recolored with the light bar, you know, as an Earthrise Decepticon, because there's, you know, that's the only way that I would accept Barricade in my collection anyway. So, but that's my own personal thing, and I really wonder like what else they're going to do with the rest of these, you know, these toys. It's all at speculation at this point. Now, what is not speculation is that somebody has gotten their hands on what appears to be Kingdom Rat Trap. Now, I have the Generations toy, and I also have, you know, the original Transmetal Rat Trap, you know, as well as the Beast Machines Rat Trap, which it's not really. But this here is, and it's a comparison to the Generations Rat Trap along with, you know, the new Kingdom Rat Trap, which is going to be smaller. This is going to be like what the Beast modes look like. So if you want more of a rat, you know, realistic rat head, you know, you go with this one. I have this one, so I'm kind of like on the fence about whether or not to get this particular Rat Trap. And it's Tauntaun Reviews that ended up actually getting his hands on it. So, you know, just taking a look at both rat modes so you can see like differences between them. You know, they look all right. Neither rat mode really does, you know, well for me. And here he is next to, I guess this is Earthrise Bumblebee, you know, or the Netflix, you know, Earth Bumblebee. So you can kind of see like the cross between the two of them. And the robot mode itself doesn't look too bad. I actually think that this Rat Trap, you know, does a decent serviceable job for Rat Trap, especially for those who have not ever gotten a Rat Trap toy. He is a very, very, very popular character, even for those that don't like him. You know, like it's kind of like your Beast Wars collection would not be complete if you did not get your hands on Rat Trap. So, you know, here you have the Netflix Bumblebee, you know, next to Rat Trap, and I'm glad that Rat Trap is smaller. He's a rat. He should be. So, and he's a very small toy. He's going to end up being a smaller deluxe. Actually, no, he's going to be a core figure. So he's going to be inexpensive. A lot of people are going to be able to get their hands on him for a very low price. And he's very cartoon accurate to the actual show model. You know, some color differences and variances here. Nothing that Toy Hacks can't fix, you know. But other than that, he looks phenomenal. And I think those Beast Wars fans that really wanted a new Rat Trap toy, you know, will probably be pleased to get their hands on this one. The other leak that we also have gotten is a few more. And these ones, you know, color scheme's a big thing with me. Just like with Rat Trap, I feel the same way about this one too, with Black Arachnia. Now I have here, this is the Japanese Telemoka Black Arachnia, which is, of course, Black Arachnia was a recolor of Tarantulas, and so the actual Tarantulas head was the monster mutant head, and they decided to use the other robot head, you know, for Black Arachnia, whereas this one here in particular is cartoon accurate to the show model. She actually does have the curves like she had in the cartoon, which is great. The only thing is that the spider legs and I'm sure the weapon is probably as well, are black instead of this, instead of the brown, which I'm kind of like, I wish they went with the cartoon accurate here. However, the toy looks great. Other than that, at least she looks phenomenal. I'm very glad that a new Black Arachnia toy. This one is definitely on my want list because Black Arachnia is a toy that does deserve a good proper update, and this looks to be setting that standard to making a really good Black Arachnia. And here also Cheetor. Now this is looks like to be a render of Cheetor. I'm kind of on the fence with it. I have here, this is the 10th anniversary Cheetor toy, which is not really like that great because the cheetah head kind of sticks up in the way and you can't really fold it to make it work. And this looks to fix that problem with this new Cheetor head. Kind of looks like Dinobot's face there. I don't know if maybe that they didn't mold it right. And I also have here Transmetal's Transmetal's Cheetor. And the thing about Transmetal Cheetor is that he came with a whip, and that was his weapon with an axe, and it looks like they're doing that with this particular Cheetor. So you got these two different Cheetor toys, and this one looks to be a cross between the two, they're trying to merge a little bit of them, and I don't necessarily know if that's the best option. However, if this is his cheetah mode, I'm all for it. Finally, a really good looking, affordable, not the masterpiece toy, but an affordable Cheetor toy that looks pretty, serviceable in both modes. Now, I know some people ended up getting the Generations version a couple years ago, and I didn't like it. I didn't like that one, and I didn't like Dinobot. And if they're doing this, wonders with Cheetor, I can't wait to see what Dinobot looks like. Dinobot is a toy that I really, really want a new toy of him, and I want a really good one at an affordable price because the masterpiece Dinobot is just way out of my price range, and this looks to be awesome. Now, again, these is all leaked images, so there could be things that are subject to change. However, here is a bunch of Cheetors, a whole army of them, and then you have Warpath. Now, you really can't see. It looks like they've mistransformed him. But, finally a Warpath toy. I know some people, I also ended up missing Warpath, not because I didn't want to get him, but because when he was on the toy shelf, I had a choice between one or another toy, and ended up getting the other toy, and then when I went back, I could not get my hands on Warpath. So, finally, Warpath. He is definitely a fan favorite for a lot of people, and I am definitely glad to have him saying Kerblowy and wang, pow, bang on the battlefield, because it's just something to do with his particular characterization, and I loved his character in the cartoon, and I can't wait to see his toy on the shelf. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. And one more thing I wanted to address about some of these exclusives, about some of these leaks, the actual toy leaks themselves. I'm wondering honestly if Hasbro is doing this on purpose because they need the news to get out there, and so they might be encouraging it. But other people are probably saying this is terrible. They're not they're not doing the normal reveals. Well, the problem is that normally the reveals were done at conventions, and they can't do it at conventions because, well, conventions are canceled. So maybe this might be Hasbro's way of getting the news out to us so that those of us who are here on YouTube can report it, so that news sites can report it, so that people can get excited about the toys. I am a little disappointed about some of the releases, not because of the toys of what they look like. I mean, I can complain about the color schemes because I want that cartoon accuracy, but I do think that these selects toys and these exclusives need to be opened up to people outside of the US a little bit better. A lot of people, I live in the US clearly, but there are a lot of people in the UK, there are a lot of people in Australia, there are a lot of people around the world who want to get their hands on these toys. They see them, they're like, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to do import fees. And it's already enough that they're manufacturing them still in China anyway. So, or at least I think Vietnam, right? They're manufacturing these in Vietnam now. But I want to see more people be able to get their hands on these toys at an easier rate, not doing the whole scalper thing, so that people who really want to get these Transformers toys can, you know, and not be left out. Like, that's my own personal thing. I hope Hasbro is listening, and maybe they can do something for the fans outside of the US for all of these amazing looking toys. But I don't know what you guys think. What do you think about all these Generation Selects releases? Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. I've got many more videos coming on the way, including a live stream that will be this Saturday night, along with 2 guests. And also, I have another Transformers discussion video that's coming soon for a character who deserves a little bit more spotlight. So stay tuned for all of that. And, you know, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you so much to my patrons and channel members and those who are purchasing some merch on my Teespring store. You guys mean the world to me, not just those who are supporting the channel, but also those who are continuing to watch my videos. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.